Hello Pisces, how are you guys doing? Okay, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Okay, I just want to clear the energy really quick, okay? Okay, so Pisces, I have your coffee cup right here, and I'm gonna pull through an oracle. But first, I want to talk to you guys about the messages that I saw in your coffee cup beforehand. Okay, so whoa, okay, if this resonates, please like and subscribe. Okay, so first I saw a clear pathway. Okay, and on this clear pathway there was like um bricks that were kind of built up that were broken here. So there could be something here that has been an obstacle for you for quite some time. And you may still be in this phase of feeling like there's an obstacle, but there is something within your soul that is telling you it's going to be all right. And it is going to be all right. There is a clear path that is coming forth for you. I saw a squirrel. Squirrels represent balancing, preparedness, and playfulness. You know, squirrels live up in the trees. They climb from branch to branch. They are these magical little creatures that are just so wonderful and amazing. They're very playful, and they're also very like prepared for right now and their future. They're thinking ahead, but they're enjoying themselves while they're doing it. So there is this need for that. And yes, when you do that, there is this danger here because the squirrels, you know, they forget about some of these acorns that they plant, you know, that they stow away. They don't remember everything because of all of the playfulness, right? But at the same time, this is what continues the forest growing here. So there could be a need for something here. And I keep seeing this image of like two brothers that are not getting along here, okay? And the mom like making something that is like their favorite meal, and the smell of this favorite meal is like drawing them both out, you know, and then inviting, you know, the neighborhood friend over, and then it's like, you know, not telling them that they have to talk it out, not trying to force them. But there is a way that you can draw something together with this kind of more playful energy and being prepared and thinking ahead, utilizing the skills that you have here. So that's very interesting. There's a big building of an event or a gathering of people, a place where people are going to go to spend money and do something. And it's like, I worked all week and now I'm looking forward to this. You know, and this could be something that you used to go to, you used to look forward to, and now, I don't know. There is a person there that can represent limitations that you have now outgrown. It could be somebody who is trying to have this kind of relationship and present something as love, but they're actually just wanting physical connection and then to go away, and they kind of want you to just be there whenever they want to do these kinds of things. And it's like you being over that whole scene, that whole situation here. And then there is this village, okay, and the outskirts of the village, this is so beautiful. I hope it's still in your cup so I can show you. And then nature, and in between the two there was this emptiness and a heart. So this is really talking about here, you know, you've broken free from this village, from what has been a limitation of your childhood, of your inner child, of your shadow, something here that you've broken free from. There's something here that you've connected to that's just between you and nature. And there's a way that you can go between two worlds, or you're going to be able to now. Okay? Some of you may have a light that flickers or goes on all of a sudden, or think you wake up, think you hear something in the middle of the night. There's something here about being between two worlds here. And there is a person that's between two worlds too, and you're going to meet them, and this is going to be love. This is going to be love. It's going to be good. Some of you, you're already in a beautiful, loving connection here, and this is going to bring the two of you closer together, because I see the dog here now. There's a dog. That's a dog's face right there. So this is something here where there is loyalty that you're going to find around you here, and there's the gates here. So this gate here looks like the two towers on the moon card here. But I feel like you have already gone through this unknown chapter in your life, and now you know who's loyal to you and who is not. And maybe this is somebody that at one time you had some kind of a disagreement, or you didn't see side to side, but maybe it's because you were too close to one another, or you were younger and so you had a lot of conflict. But now these people are coming. You know, if I think about my brother, when I was younger, I couldn't stand him, I hated him, but now he's like one of my best friends. It's that kind of energy. It doesn't have to be siblings, but it could be. So it's still here. So you've made it through. You've gone through this dark night of the soul here with the two towers here. And now do you see right here? That's a heart. That's a heart. So there is love. There is love here. This is something here that you've been facing. You could have been facing this the past 3 months. This difficulty within you of something is not settling, something is not right, making all these changes. You put yourself out there, all this kind of stuff, but there's something here that's still not right here, and now it's going to be right. There's something that's going to be right. This is Cupid hitting you with Cupid's arrow. Or are they hitting this person? And now there is people butting heads, but are you bowing heads now? Bowing heads? Were you once butting heads? And this is this energy of, you know, this is Cupid and this is the arrow. And that is either you or your person. Could be both of you. Actually, Cupid's arrow is hitting you. Wow. There could be a situation. Have you ever seen the movie About Time? About Time. What's that old British guy who's in it? And he just looks like he's so wise and kind of funny. I don't know his name. But anyways, there's this guy. He's in this movie About Time, okay? And the main character, his sister, falls in love, ends up, they butt heads, his sister and his best friend. They can't stand each other. They're always making fun of each other. They end up in love. It's not really a spoiler alert. This is like the side story of the movie. So, just saying. They end up, they're in love. There could be something that you butt heads with, and as you form this resolution, you're also going to go somewhere new. You're going to be inspired to do new things, and this is where you're going to meet somebody that you're going to fall in love with. This could be like, you know, you always hate people that are vegetarians and you fall in love with a vegetarian. It doesn't have to be exactly that. Or, you know, you don't like this zodiac sign and that's the zodiac sign that ends up being the love of your life. What do you know? You have the community here. So there's something here about other people. And isn't this interesting? Because this looks like the giraffes. Look it. And this looks like what the giraffes are doing. Butting heads to like bowing heads together. Wow, this is really interesting now. And this is like going between two worlds. You're not exactly fitting in the community, but you've gone out into the world and now you have this other perspective. And now you're bringing the two together here. So, but it just fits naturally. It's the time for it. Before it wasn't the time for it. And there was some kind of exploration that needed to happen. Look at this, blessed. In order for you to get this Cupid's arrow, in order for you to be now in this state of receiving, in this state of being blessed. Yeah, look at this new life. There is something new emerging here, and there's going to be peace. Whereas we were butting heads, now this is becoming peace. So this is good. We want this, right? We want to just, don't you just want to just love everybody in your life, and you want everybody to be love in their life, and all the problems in the world, don't you just want them to be solved? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yes, finally, something good. This is like some kind of this could be a really amazing breakthrough. You know, this is kind of like pulling away from the community here and getting in touch with nature. And this is the village and this is the community and being in touch with nature. And now being in between the two, being alone in nature, but also she's up on a pedestal. And this is her new life now in the in-between. And that's the thing. That's what you're going to do now, the thread. Yeah, so there's something within you that you're following here, and the community doesn't follow the thread. The community lives in the community, but guess what? You're breaking out. You're breaking free. There's something here about this. You just know that there is something to, oh, this is way too many cards. I'm not even going to turn them over. Okay. You have the Judge here. So there is something here about deciding to do something. Judges make decisions. They're decisive. So there is something here about going within yourself, and you've gathered enough information. You're going to make a decision about what you're going to do going forward. Boundaries that you're going to set. What direction you're going to take. There's a time for discovery. This is so cool. There is a time for discovery, and you're discovering and you're discovering and you're discovering, right? And then there is a time, you know, in the community, there's a time where you're discovering, hey, there's got to be more out there. So you're following this thread, you know, your inner guidance system, okay, to discover more. You're going within yourself. You're connecting out into nature here. And then there comes a time where you make a decision. And now you made a decision, and then you're going to stick to that decision. You're going to show devotion. You're going to show devotion by having actions, thoughts, and states of being that line up with the decision that you have made. And this is how you go from just discovering nothing's happening into my life to making a decision and changing your life. And this is how you create your own reality, and you're figuring this out. And so this is why your vision is now becoming your new life. What? This is insane, Pisces. This is insane. And this can be anything you want. You know, that's the beauty of it, right? Definitely love it. We're going to look more into that. I want to get a couple of tea leaves, and then I want to pull tarot because, oh, the ant. I just love ants. Don't you just love ants? Oh, they're so cute. And work, achievement, success. I'm telling you, there's steps to this. And you're going to start to see everything unfold, and you're going to start to understand here, because ants work in a community here. So there is a time where something is going in this community here, but then there is something else that you're going to go out and you're going to achieve here. So this is really interesting. This is really interesting. Okay. You have the Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. So there's something here about, you know, okay, you're working here in the village, but that person here that is not dependable. I'm sorry, I thought I turned on my phone. That is not sincere, okay? Whoever that person is, that person opened your eyes to, hey, I don't want to just be a number in the system, you know? I don't want to be working for the machine anymore, you know? I'm not doing that anymore. So this is what made you awaken to this thread. And this is what caused you to pull away to go within. And this is what caused you to make this new decision and this new life for yourself. So this is very important here, this Feather. And this could be associated with that opportunity to go back to the place where people spend money, where people are gathering, where you've been before, and where someone is trying to treat you, you know, in this way of presenting something as love, but they're actually just using you for their own immediate gratification, okay? And they are doing this on purpose. So that's some kind of injustice that you're no longer going to allow. And that's another thing that a judge does. The judge says, you know, I'm not going to allow this, you know, I'm going to be blessed. Liberty and justice. It needs to be upheld here. A period of prosperity and abundance. And because you're doing that, because you're making that statement, you know, for within yourself, and you don't really need to tell anybody else that, you can just say that. You know, this person did this to me, and I'm not going to allow somebody else to do that anymore, because I realize that I have value. I am blessed. I am going to make these changes in my life, and new people are going to come around that are going to appreciate me. I didn't even see this. Chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Wow. Let's get her out. You know, you have the High Priestess here. So this could be another Pisces person. Doesn't have to be. But this is definitely something that, you know, you feel within you. You know within you. You're not telling other people. You're not sharing other people with this. you know, a judge can watch and can observe and gather information, and there is a time where they're going to make their ruling when they have gathered enough information here. So there is something to be said about being in this state of allowing downloads to come to you, allowing information to come to you, and something is happening again. If this is a pattern in your life that you're not a fan of, this is showing you something for a reason. Yeah, because look at the Seven of Swords. There is a reason for this to be shown again, and it's an opportunity. Are you going to take that or not? And this is the Queen of Wands. This is boldness. I'm going to be bold to make my own decisions here, okay? And that's the Judge, is very decisive. So, standing on your own and being able to do anything, because the sunflower here behind her, you know, sunflowers, I planted them before. They need like this much dirt, okay? They barely need to be watered. I planted them at a daycare. These kids were running through these sunflowers, pulling them down. 8 feet tall they grew to be, and they were not bothered by any of it. I had 0 time to water these things, okay? And they did just great, okay? So it's like needing the very little that you get. Look at how much you flourish from it and stand out and shine, you know? So there's something really amazing here about you. And other people were draining that energy, so this is why you were never able to create any kind of change in your life. Well, that's ending. That's over with. You know, 2 of Pentacles flew out with a bunch of other cards. So I put them back. So there's something here within your mind. And this is the thing about between two worlds, you know. There is something to be said about, you know, being settled within yourself before you're moving forward. And there's nothing wrong with that taking time. Because at the end of the day, you know, we have a ton of time. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't, but we do. And it's like the more you're stressing about the amount of time that it's taking for something to happen, the more you're just not in the energy of receiving and letting it happen. So there is a point of making a decision, but it's okay if you weigh some things out and take your time to be sure of that. You know, that is something that, you know, a healthy person does here. Yeah, look, you have the King of Cups, and seeing all of the different ways that you could feel about things is kind of like sleeping in your coffin energy here. And this is like somebody that will go to war, and before they go to war, they would sleep in their coffin, and they would picture, you know, maybe I'm not going to come back, and all of this worry and all of this fear and leaving all these people behind. They leave it in their coffin, and then they go forth. You know, they made this decision to go forth. And then when they come back from war, they spend the first night home in their coffin, and everything that they felt, everything that they saw, all their worries, all their sadness, all their grief, all their sorrow, you know, they leave it in that coffin, and then they go forth onto this new life here. So there could be some things that emotionally you're going to settle within yourself. And then to go forward is going to be so amazing here. And I don't see you spending too much time doing that. It's just saying, don't get so discouraged. Allow yourself that time that you need, right? Because there is going to be an opportunity that's going to come forth that's just going to scream that it's now time to go forward. Be another water sign, you know, a Cancer, another Pisces, or a Scorpio person, but it doesn't have to be. Could be a Leo or an Aries also. Got the Five of Swords. You're gonna win no matter what. You have the Five of Wands here, and then you have the Nine of Cups. So there's a lot of people getting involved in things, and maybe there is some time that you have spent around some kind of conflict, around some kind of drama, around anything, that it's kind of like, okay, you went to battle for something here, and all that did was battle you back, this energy. And there is a point of reflecting back and saying, you know what, I did the best that I could, and I'm going to go forth towards this wish fulfillment here. whatever would be a wish fulfillment for me right now. And it's not that. Maybe it's leaving something behind that you really fought for. It could be this, rabbit person at that event where people spend money. You could be really tempted to try to go back to something and it's not fulfilling anymore. And this is kind of saying what would be fulfilling for you right now. Doing that instead. And it can be a new interest that kind of sparks. And this is how this new life is starting. This vision that you really have is going to begin to unfold all around you in your reality. This is how this chair is going to be filled. This is how this heart in this cup is going to happen here. Because you're between two worlds, and when you're between two worlds, you don't fit in anywhere, but at the same time, you can fit in everywhere, because we're all really between two worlds, and this is just about us awakening to this. There is another person, and it doesn't look like, well, look at all the different worlds that are blending together here. This is something really amazing. This new person in your life, you're going to know, because the vision that you have for your life, they have this vision as well. This new thing that you want to go for, you're going to know that it's you, because this is just going to pour from your heart and soul, And these other things that you're trying to kind of maybe maintain or go back to, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And that's what Cupid's arrow represents. This is within your soul. You just know that this is right for you. And this is why it's a thread. This is why, it's an invisible thread. You can't see it. It's just pulling you, and it's just right. It's just right. And look, you have the Lovers here, and you have, look at this, the Page of Wands with the 10 of Cups, or no, 10 of Pentacles, sorry. So this is really within you. This journey, this way, this is right for you, this new person, this new experience, okay? And it can be a simple little thing, like, deciding to sit and eat your lunch sitting outside instead of sitting and eating inside of your house, or, something so simple, like you're just going to stop and sit in a park for a minute. You never know who's going to walk by, but it's just sleeping on another side of the bed. Doing things a little bit differently is going to get your brain in the habit of welcoming new thoughts. And this is how, when this inspired action comes in, you're going to actually hear it and do it, because there's so many new inspired actions that come into our consciousness that we don't even realize. We just shut it down and we don't even realize, right? And this is leading to everything. Look at this vision. Look at this success. Look at this stability. Look at this emotional fulfillment. Look at this love. Pisces, I'm so excited for you. Wow. Okay. I love you. This is amazing, okay? If this resonated and you want to like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Okay, Pisces, I love you so much. Also, in the description, I have an Etsy shop where I have personal readings available, okay? And also, I have a book. It's called One Right Rose, okay? And it is all about, it's fiction. It's a story about 4 different women that live, they're living different lives, different lifetimes, okay, and how this all connects. They're each facing their own childhood trauma of physical, emotional, mental, sexual abuse, and how they're going to heal themselves, and how they're going to see within themselves what they can change to manifest something different for generations to come, for divine feminine energy. And it's how divine masculine energy can support this as well, yeah. So this is there if you are interested in it, okay? It's there for you. And thank you guys so much, okay?